When I was little, I had no concept of race. What is Asian? Was there a difference between Asians and everyone else? By the time I started middle school, racial identity set in. In class, we used to have to introduce ourselves. Standard information such as name, ethnicity, age, place of birth, interests, those kind of things. Hi, my name is Stephanie Chen. My parents are from Taiwan, and I'm 12 years old. After class, talking to my friends, I'd get questions like, Taiwan? What's Taiwan? Is that part of China? Really, what's the difference between Taiwan and China? It wasn't until high school that I really got the answer. My Chinese class actually researched the history of Taiwan. After learning the details of Taiwanese history, it's hard not to feel some sympathy for those that are fighting the political battle for Taiwanese independence. But to my friend with the question, what is Taiwan? Well, that answer takes more than just a few minutes to answer. Some other time. On every map of China, Taiwan is always the same color, representing the same country. Taiwan itself is split politically over whether they want to be a part of China or continue their independent reign. Yet always on every map, Taiwan is a territory of China. In 2002, Limburg High School's marching band went on tour in China. Their band t-shirts, which had a map of China, did not include Taiwan, which troubled Chinese custom agents. It held us up at least an hour, Dr. Felder, the band teacher, stated. We agreed not to wear the shirts so no one would be offended. We also had to agree not even to take them out of our suitcases, as reported by the Cupertino Courier. The first view, put forward by the People's Republic of China government, defines Taiwan independence as splitting of Taiwan from China, causing division of the nation and the people. What China constitutes in this statement is somewhat ambiguous, as some statements by the People's Republic of China seem to identify China solely and uncompromisingly with the PRC. The second view considers the move for Taiwan independence as a nationalist movement. This view argues that the ROC under the Kuomintang has been, in the past, a foreign regime, forcefully imposed on Taiwan. Since the 1900s, supporters of the Taiwan independence no longer actively make this argument. Instead, the argument has been that in order to survive against the growing power of the PRC, Taiwan must view itself as a separate and distinct entity from China. A third view is that Taiwan has already been an independent nation with an official name, Republic of China, which has been an independent since the end of the Chinese Civil War in 1949, when ROC lost China, with only Taiwan, Quemoy, Matsu on the coast of Fujian, and some of the islands on the South China Sea remaining under its administration. Many Taiwanese immigrated after 1965 during the second great wave of Asians into America. Taiwanese immigrants settled with high concentrations in San Gabriel Valley, Los Angeles, Silicon Valley, San Jose, and southern Orange County in California. Outside of California, there's also major Taiwanese concentrations in Flushing, New York, Houston, Texas, and Rockville, Maryland. The Taiwanese population was formerly dominant in Monterey Park, California, but is recently experiencing an influx of mainland Chinese and Cantonese. A new movie, directed by a Taiwanese American, Formosa Betrayed, is due to release in 2008. The movie recognizes the political controversy Taiwanese must deal with in America. Taiwanese Americans, although few compared to other Chinese-speaking ethnic groups like the mainland Chinese, have Taiwanese centers to keep the Taiwanese culture alive in their communities.
When I first came to America, I was going to grade school in Oregon. Needless to say, like many other foreign students, there was English language challenges, school pressure, racism, just overall life pressure. At the time, I wanted to live with Americans so I could learn the language better. So I rented a room from a professor's daughter. What they didn't tell me was that the daughter was emotionally unstable. During finals week of the first quarter, I was heading back to the house at around midnight where I was horrified to find all my belongings thrown outside. I called my friends and was so shocked that I didn't even go back to pick up my stuff. In the end, I lived with friends until I found a pastor's family whom I rented for 2.5 years before I graduated. One of the most significant impacts on me during this time was one of my host families. Mrs. Cosby had been not only my mentor but also best friend. While she was in her late 70s, I was in my mid-20s. There was no age and gap generations. There were countless nights that she helped me correcting my master thesis. We talked for many hours with so many different topics. We sometimes visit her friends and they would give me something that I could remember them by, which is I did for many years thereafter. So this was about a month ago when I was in Costco and line up to fill the gas for my car. It's always a long line when you want to fill the gas in Costco. So I was the second in line to fill the gas. Then there were 2 cars in the 2 pumps. They were just pumping the gas. So after for a short while, the first one finished and left, and the car before me did not move. And I could not figure out either that he decided not to because it's too troublesome to go to the first one, or whatever the reason. I wait for about 2 minutes and I decided, well, maybe he's waiting for the second pump, so I can just go ahead and go to the first one. And which is I did. I went to the first pump, and when I went to the first pump, ready to back up, and I saw the car before me, he followed me immediately and he cut into the first pump and would not let me go in. It gave me no choice, so I backed off and went to the second pump, because in the meantime the second pump car was ready and left. So I went into the second pump and then started pumping my gas, and I look at the guy, a Caucasian guy, step out of the car and pumping the gas, and I look at him angrily. Okay? And I told him, I say, if you could have gone, I would not go before you. And he replied back to me as, this is not China.
或是慢慢地往前，烟雾弥漫着10年，缠绕一圈又一圈。沉默的我睁开眼，看着窗外的蓝天，庄重的我在流泪。越过你曾说的天，充满了向日葵，突然哽咽，一切，我多想回你身边，乘坐着旋转木马的乐园，让幸福转动得多么甜。我多想回